For all you that are listening to this, I need you to seriously consider something. I need you to consider what happens when 2 Thessalonians 2, I think verse 6 possibly, somewhere right around there, talks about that the Spirit will depart from the earth. I need you to really consider what that is going to look like. Because what you have to understand is that the Spirit of grace is a free gift. It is a free gift. But it's because of the misunderstanding of what the Spirit of grace is what has everybody thrown off. The Spirit of grace, if you look it up in the Strongs, is G5485. And it is the divine influence upon your heart. Right? It's the conviction of wrongdoing. It is the prick of your heart when you don't follow His commandments. When Yeshua met Paul, on the road to Damascus, he asked Saul at the time, "Is it hard to kick against the pricks?" See, while he was standing there holding when he was standing there holding the Pharisees and Sadducees' coats when they were stoning Stephen, he was being convicted. And what you have to understand, it's not just that, it's also the draw towards God. It's that desire inside you to, like, you've been drawn to God your whole life. And if you haven't, maybe you ought to consider why. But you can sear it where it departs from you, I believe. And this is why you have these really messed up people. Now, the thing you really have to understand about grace is the only reason you're able to have any sense of moral compass is because of the Spirit of grace. It is not unmerited favor. That's blasphemy against the Holy Spirit. It is what shows you what morality actually looks like. It's your conscience. Your conscience is part of the Spirit of grace. The fact that you even know when you do something wrong when you're a little child is evident of the Spirit of grace working in you. When you try to hide something you've done, that's the Spirit of grace working on you. Because without grace, you would not have any ability to know if you've done right or wrong. The only reason we have a moral compass is because of the Spirit of grace. Now, with that being said, I want you to think about something. When the sixth seal hits and great tribulation begins, the Spirit is taken out of the world. What do you think that is going to look like? Y'all sit around. Oh, y'all sit around and say about somebody who's passed away. Oh, he was a good man. Yeah, he was a good man. You know, he loved the Lord, even though he didn't live for the Lord. He didn't do the commandments, but he still gave his shirt off his back to the stranger, or whatever it may be. And you say, oh, he's a good man. The reason why is because the Spirit of grace in him. But he never came to the full truth. Now, take that away from the world. And one of the horsemen, the red horseman, even takes peace from the earth. Brother will be against brother. What's going to happen to everybody when you have no more moral compass? When you have no idea what is right and wrong anymore? All you have is survival instinct. What's going to happen when you don't have food for a week? Or 2 weeks? Or even 3 days in some cases for some people? What's going to happen to the entire world when morality is gone and any sense or direction of morality is gone. You need to understand that if you aren't obeying the covenants of promise, the Ten Commandments, and eating clean biblically according to Leviticus 11 and Deuteronomy 14, because there's so many that just seem to not have any idea. They think you have to cut the fat off your steak, and that's what eating clean means. Or you can't eat any kind of GMO anything. That's what clean eating. No. You're making up your own definition from your own vain imagination of what clean eating is, what the commandments mean. You have to obey the two covenants of promise to be saved from the coming great tribulation. That's your only ticket in. And you think, I'll take my chances because I've got 20,000 rounds and 15 AR-15s and I've got 4 years worth of food and I've got a bunker. Good luck to you. Because somebody with a bigger gun and a bigger will is going to come in and slaughter you and take all of it. So you got to understand, your only ticket out of here is to obedience. Obedience to his commandments. Obedience to his holy covenants of promise. That's how you get grafted into Israel. There's only 12 gates. There's no Gentile Christian gate. You're either part of the 12 tribes or you're not. That's it. You're not getting in any other way. So, oh, here he goes again. Every time. He'll do this for like 5 minutes. Calling all his ladies in. He's the watchman of his women. He's proclaiming for all to hear, just like the watchmen are that are raised up in the last days of Isaiah 52, 6 through 8. We're trying to proclaim to you the path of righteousness and how to get into the kingdom, and you hate us for it. We've become your enemies because we tell you the truth. We're trying to show you, man, don't take your chances. Don't take your chances and think you can do this on your own way, by your own vain imagination, because you can't. You've got to submit to his rule, his authority, his commandments, his covenants of promise to get grafted in, to be saved. You have to keep the Sabbath. Get rid of Christmas and Easter. All pagan idolatry. Get rid of covetousness. It's the only way you're going to get in.